Hi, I'm Dr. Erin Walsh, a Tall Poppies alumni from the Population Health Exchange at the Australian National University. I have a tall tale about visualisations, measuring ragged edges, and population health. Visualisation is the representation of an object, situation, or set of information, such as a chart or other image. Visualisation can capture attention, or bring a new perspective, or convey information that might otherwise take too long to read or be dry, and make it beautiful and accessible. Visuals can tell a story with clarity and empathy. I can tell you about the amazing Dr. Reglia and how in 1987 he successfully transplanted a heart in a 23-hour-long surgery. But when you see this, his pioneering stamina really sinks in. The visual gives that sense of emotion, helps persuade you that this was an important, impressive achievement. Scientific visualization uses scientifically informed observation combined with technical and aesthetic skills to accurately portray a subject. Most people think of detailed ink drawings and formal charts. These are great at conveying information, but remember, visuals are also great at capturing attention, showing emotion, and persuading. Scientific visualization could also be about sharing enthusiasm or making a complex message clear for people who won't read pages and pages of text, such as children. My work is all about how there is science in visualization and visualization in science. Of course, there is a lot of science out there, so I focus on one area of research that's important for everyone's daily life: population health. Population health research explores the health of groups of people and how the health is distributed across the group of people. Health is not just illness, diagnosis, and institutional treatments. It's also about wellness and how people can improve their own health. We think about health in terms of both what makes us physically healthy and what enhances our psychological well-being. To keep our population healthy, we need to understand how things like personal, social, environmental, political, and economic drivers impact on health. We need to research and find the evidence to guide the best possible outcomes for everyone. Visualization can be key to doing this well. Take the example of John Snow, the English physician, not the bloke from Winterfell. In 1854, there was a cholera outbreak in Soho, England. This was before germ theory of disease, so nobody really knew how people were getting sick. John Snow drew a map of the area and marked out where the cases were. This map showed the cases were radiating out from a single water pump on Broad Street. Thanks to this visualization, they closed the pump to help end the epidemic, and we now know cholera is waterborne. My work at the Population Health Exchange is about linking research to the people and policymakers who can make the most of population health research findings. My particular expertise is in how we can use scientific visualization to achieve this. I also love using scientific visualization as part of my research and tying together ideas from different places to contribute in my own small way to population health. Like that one time I used fractals, coastlines, and Pokemon to measure brain tumours. In most shapes, the more you zoom in, the less detail you see. But in fractals, like this Mandelbrot set, you can zoom in closer and closer to see almost endless detail unfold. The more fractal-like a shape is, the more detail we'll see when we zoom in. This can be measured by fractal dimensionality. Since 1967, fractal dimensionality has been used to measure the complexity of coastlines. It is calculated by drawing a grid and counting how many boxes fall on the edge of a shape, then drawing a smaller grid and counting again and again. The steeper the relationship between the grid size and the number of boxes that you've filled in, the more complexity there is. Later, doctors and neuroscientists applied this same fractal dimensionality measure to help work out if certain types of brain tumours, like gliomas, are malignant or benign. I investigated the strengths and weaknesses of using fractal dimensionality for brain tumours by applying it to simulated shapes, so I controlled how complex they were, and real brain tumour shapes from the Brain Tumour Segmentation Challenge. I found that fractal dimensionality worked well overall, but could be biased by the angle of the brain scan because rotation can impact how many boxes we count. I wanted to present my findings to my colleagues, but I hadn't published my paper yet, so I could not present my real data. There was only one thing I could do. If fractal dimensionality works for coastlines and tumours, it should work on the many different shapes of Pokemon. And it did. And this actually led to an important finding. I had expected the most complex Pokemon would be Rapidash or Moltres because of their wavy, almost fractal-like fiery edges. But instead I got Surskit? Why? Looking at its shape, we can see the combination of Surskit's small body and long spindly legs means that we get a lot more filled-in boxes as we shrink the grid. Here, fractal dimensionality wasn't measuring complexity like we would expect it to. So, thanks to Pokemon, I worked out that fractal dimensionality is useful for understanding brain tumours, but we should be mindful about what we're actually measuring, because sometimes it picks up things that aren't actually complexity. This is one of my many tall tales of visualisations measuring ragged edges and population health.